Alright folks, and welcome back to another edition of Casting Conflict here, and of course, as always, bring you the recap of what happened in the last match so you are caught up with the current standings. And in our last matchup, we did see Death take a strong 2-1 victory over Jump. And again, we're really starting to see the solidification, I can speak English, of the top and the bottom of the pack here. And of course, joining me today for today's matchup, we've got Tweakin. Tweakin, you doing good?
Oh yeah, doing great. We have a interesting match to say at least, or at least interesting deck choices, I should say.
Right, and we'll go ahead and bring you right to that. Of course, today's match being that Banana versus Bolas encounter, and their deck choices for the season, quite the interesting one. Of course, Banana piloting the red-yellow dinosaurs, and meanwhile, Bolas on his harmonic balance that he used in the last King of the Hill match. He decided to kind of make some adjustments to it, of course. We're not seeing the sand in it, but yeah, he's bringing that back and bringing this for the season, which is certainly surprising, but certainly exciting.
Right. You know, I think the harmonic balance in Flamestorm can work well against a Dino deck. However, can it be beneficial towards the rest of the season?
Right.
I'm not too sure. So hopefully Bolas didn't just bank on making this deck just to beat Banana and hopefully he put some thought into it, like, oh, I have to play with this deck the entire season. So hopefully he can figure out a way to kind of find a good balance to use this deck.
I think he's certainly going to have some challenges, though, throughout the season, but I think he might do very well against some rat decks. Of course, a couple of players this season are going to be piloting some, rat-focused builds, of course, Alan being one of them, and he's already at the top of the pack there, coming in at rank 4. But, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if it does well against some of the other decks. I'm thinking right now off the top of my head, maybe not going to do the best against Dolphin, maybe not doing the best against maybe Beastly, but we'll see. I'm certainly curious as to how that will work out. But meanwhile, on this side, Banana's got his classic Dino build coming up here. How do you think that's going to fare today?
Yeah, you can't really go wrong with a Dino deck. It's pretty cut and dry. Get out your Magnesaur early if you can. You have Dino Rider and Mordock that can benefit from pretty much every card in the hand. You got the T-Rex. You got Dino Nest, that's really good, and you got 3 copies of Arbiter's Return, which is going to be huge in this matchup, I think. Just having that, that in the back pocket heal can be very beneficial towards the late game and even early game. The problem I see with both decks, not Banana per se, but mainly Bolas's deck, is the lack of direct damage, such as Witch Bolt, Blue Fire Bolt. His only real direct damage is Headless Horseman, if you want to say that, or and Drain Life. Other than that, he's got 3 copies of Flamestorm, 3 copies of Dragon's Fire, so it's going to be quite hard to take out those armories or Magnesaurs if they are buffed to an extreme health. So hopefully that's where harmonic balance comes into play. But just taking a quick glance at Banana's deck, I think if he is able to buff up his Magnesaurs early, and have a constant pressure, I think he'll do well. Where Banana's going to struggle is to find that sweet spot of when to attack and when to kind of hold back and buff, because with harmonic balance, all of that buff is completely gone when he plays harmonic balance plus Dragonfire or harmonic balance and Flamestorm. So you got to be very careful, and you can't wait too long. So when you get those buffs, you have to go in for the attack, especially when Bolas doesn't have any heals. So even if Magnesaur has 3 or 4 health, sometimes you just got to go for it and get the dice. So it's going to be interesting to see how aggressive Banana's going to be in this matchup.
And what's really interesting, before we actually jump into the matchup here, I think we've covered most of the deck, but what really stood out to me actually in Banana's deck, he's running 3 Tarius and no way to remove it. There's no Flamestorm in his deck, so that's kind of a curious tech. Is that, specifically for people who are running Flamestorm. Of course, Flamestorm becoming a very popular card since the emergence of rats. And, it's pretty much in every deck that's Warlock, people at least running maybe a copy or two of Flamestorm to tech against the rats. Is Tarius Files the tech against Flamestorm?
Right, and when you especially in this type of matchup with very how would you say it, very experienced players, if you are running a deck with Tarius Files and they figure out that you have no way of removing it, they're not going to give you that draw. They are going to completely ignore that file and just move around it, just because that's 3 wasted cards. So the only way Banana is going to benefit from a Tarius File is if he plays it more defensive, and block his castle in order for bolas to either waste a couple of turns around or target, or the other option is to spawn block. If you are able to get to bolas and you have Tarius File down, take away those top 2 spawners and kind of force bolas to either get rid of it or move around it and waste another good 2 turns. So it's definitely a gamble to play Tarius Files without a way to remove it. So we're gonna have to see if that's gonna come back and haunt Banana, or if he's gonna benefit from it.
Right. So then there's only one way to find out, excuse me, if that's going to happen. So let's go ahead and jump right into match number 1. All right, and we're here, match number 1, tweaking, looking interesting so far in Banana's opener. That's to say for sure.
Oh, well, it was interesting until he got an armory and an arbiters on top of that.
Oh my lord.
Hopefully he can find a unit to play.
Do we suspect a turn 2 fear?
No, we expect probably a dwarven.
Yep. Okay.
There you go.
There
Oh
it is.
my god. All right, we're
Listen,
probably gonna see
there's
a
a lot of
blacksmith.
spells, bro. A lot of spells in the game right now.
There is, there is. You know, at least when you're bricking like this, bolas is bricking also. So
Oh my lord. I mean, yeah, surprisingly we haven't seen literally any play from either competitor except for Lumberjack into Blacksmith, and now we're like, what, on turn 4? Horseman comes down, snipes the only unit Banana's got.
yeah,
Oh
yikes,
boy. And I think here's where we gotta take a
yikes.
fear. You gotta take a fear here, right? Set up the
Yeah,
Tarius files and
tar.
fear.
Yeah, Tarius Files, Fear. Uh,
Okay, Dino
there you
Rider.
go.
There's the unit here.
That's something we can work with. Uh,
I think he goes into Dino Rider on turn 5 personally. You don't want to risk the Flamestorm just yet. You can keep it in your back pocket for situations.
oh,
And
you could coin out a Flamestorm Blue Firebolt.
I think that's what he's going for.
Uh, looks like that's gonna do it,
Oh,
unless
nope,
he's
he's in a
going to
Fear
fear.
Lumberjack. Fear Lumberjack is
Yeah,
the play here. And
yeah.
that's fine. I guess maybe saving the Blue Fire for a bit more of a dangerous scenario. I don't know why he's heditating on the
Maybe like a
Lumberjack.
Mordock. Maybe
Yes,
like a Mordock.
Banana, thank. Okay, he doesn't
Oh,
play the
okay,
Lumberjack.
okay.
I guess maybe he started for units, so he wants to hold them back in case like he doesn't lose more of them. Drain life hitting the board there, putting the keeper out of the blue fire range. I mean, now he'd have to spend a
But
flamestorm and a
into
blue
the
fire.
realm. That is true. That is true. Or there you go. You got a T-Rex there that you can just fear him back.
That
All
seems
right.
good, but
So even match. Both players, I should say, both have steady hands. Not a lot of units. So I'm thinking we're about to see a very spell heavy matchup. Right now, we're seeing a lot of fears go out. We're seeing Flamestorm, Blue Firebolt. Haven't seen much from Bolas though, which
yeah,
kind of makes me think that he has a harmonic balance Flamestorm in his hand, or at least just harmonic balance. So we gotta keep an eye out on that.
so looks
What is he
like
gonna go into a
Ryder goes
blacksmith?
into, yeah, probably. It's going to be T-Rex creating the 8/8, moving into the 4/6 Dino Rider to block face. And finally going to see the Lumberjack. Oh my word, thought
There
we
we
were
go.
never going to see that boy.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be fun here to
This is
see
where
though.
Di-
This is where
this
the
is where
heart would
Dino
break.
Riders get it. Yeah. Well, I don't. I don't know. I'm not too worried about the T-Rex right now. If you do have harmonic balance, it's not threatening castle. It's not threatening any buildings, and it can definitely get buffed up a little bit more before I play harmonic balance plus the flame storm. I want to try to bait out a dino nest if I can, and maybe snipe a Magnusaur too while I'm at it. But that's asking a lot. He's already saying that he's trying to set up for a pretty big arbiters with an armory. There's a flame storm. It's going to take out majority of the units while keeping the blacksmith and the T-Rex alive.
Oh no. We don't like to
You
see
know, we're
that.
not. Yeah, we're not too worried.
Banshee hits the board, followed by the Lumberjack. That's giving more Flamestorm value to Banana potentially here on his next turn. Or does he get the Magnus? I think he does get the Magnusaur out too. Why not?
If you flamestorm, I would like to put the armory down first and then flamestorm.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, it depends on if you want to keep the T-Rex or not. If you think the T-Rex is going to survive, play the armory, then the flamestorm. If you don't care,
I think that the problem is that's just a heavy
just flame
devotion
it away.
to, that's a heavy price right now to pay. I mean, 4
It
gold.
is.
But it looks like we're going to get the Rat
It
King
is.
out instead, now that the Flamestorm is out of cycle, or at least that's what Banana assumes here, seeing as one was just played here. Treasure
Let's see
Hunt.
what the Banshee gives us.
Yeah, that was
Not the
Treasure
best,
Hunt.
not the worst.
Sort of a so-so. And then the armory does come down, so kind of keeping T-Rex alive, but still, like, Dragon's Fire clears this board entirely here. And we know that Banana can't really
Yep.
recover too well from a Dragon's Fire right now, just based on his hand. We can see a Magmasaur come out, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's banking on the Arbiter to kind of pull himself back in this game, though. I think that is for sure what's going to happen. Ooh, Dragon's Fire!
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to see it.
Yikes.
And then, of course, the Treasure Hunt.
Uh, uh, could he find for that?
Oh, Rat
I'm
King.
sure he could.
Yep, Rat King.
Uh, play the Dwarven. Let's see what we get here. Dino Nest. I would play the Rat King and just end my turn.
We will connect with the Lumberjack, though. Okay. And that does actually... Hey, the Rat King, I'm not sure if that was the best play there. Because, of course, Rat King does put us off of Arbiter if Bolas decides to kind of keep this board where it is.
You're fine. You're fine. I don't. Bolas is gonna win the game next turn, so you can survive. Yeah, just end your turn, Banana. Don't play a Magnusaur in a baby Dino. I
No,
mean, what kind of value are you
there's
getting?
the Magma without
Oh,
the
oh,
baby.
okay, okay. I hope Bolas plays another Dragonstorm and just punish him.
Oh, my lord. I mean, we would keep the Magmasaur for, a Flame Storm, but, oh, we're going to see a Dragon
No,
Spire
you don't.
instead.
No, you don't. That's what happens.
Oh,
That's
and
what
the
happens
Moth
when you
pull
play a
from the
Magnusaur.
Ajira. That can't be good to see. Oh, boy.
Like, would you think that Bolas would waste a Dragon's Fire on just 1,000 rats? I don't think he would have. I think the Magnusaur really put him over the edge. So we're gonna see an Arbiter. Unfortunately, have to be wasting on the Betty Mothra.
Still, though, you kind of bring yourself back up in health, which I think Banana desperately needed. The thing about Bolas's deck, I do
That's true.
think it's, there's a lot of damage coming down from these AoE spells, and if Banana didn't have the Arbiter, yeah, I mean, he might be in a worse position than he is now. I mean, sure, Mordock still hits the board
Hmm.
here, but we can clean this up easily with a
Yeah.
Flame Storm?
I would do a Dragon's Fire here into a Serpent. I would have kept the Dragon's Fire in case I needed a Tara's File.
Well, we'll see the Serpent
Uh,
Witch come out. Blacksmith at the follow-up here. No Bolt against the Kaijir, so he's not really afraid of that coming in and doing some more work for Bolas. That seems interesting, but okay. I mean, the health and attack do match up there, so no big deal. I'm trying to think of ways, though, that Bolas can pull himself out of this match, because now, not really looking
an Archie
too
could
good.
do an Archie could do wonders right now if he was able to get rid of that Serpent Witch before. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, we're calling all the
I'm just
cards today, aren't we?
I'm a god. I'm a god. Banana's really banking that. He thinks he can high roll that blue firebolt onto the castle. It's a lot of
I'm
lot of units.
Oh, yeah, I'm not really a fan of this play. We're doing a lot of pushing against Banana, who can easily throw out something like a Dino Nest to kind of disrupt things on this board. Fear rolling against the Blacksmith, that's fine. Dino Nest
Yeah.
for the baby Dino, that's some pretty big stuff right there. The Magmasaur into the Dino
Yes.
Nest.
into the baby dino as well.
Well, I don't. Again, this deck is a heavy sort of AOE, mumbo jumbo. So do we really want to bank on Baby Dino being thrown into the mix and then thereby losing all of our units? I don't know about
I
that.
mean, shit. I mean, even if Bolas is able to harmonic balance Flamestorm here, I mean, that baby dino, what's that baby gonna do being 1/1? Oh my god.
Yep, there it is.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. God damn it. Okay, what can we pull out here? Okay,
The second
so
nest.
Red, you were right. You were right here. We were both right in our
In
initial
our
assessment here. We're gonna
respective
see a baby.
areas, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There we go.
I think
And I mean, nah, I wouldn't waste the blue firebolt here. I would probably save that for a Mordock.
save the miner as well.
I
I don't think
mean,
he has to overextend here. He's got the healing, he's got the health
yeah.
advantage. There's really no need to do any sort of big pushing, I imagine. Okay, well, miner hits the board anyway.
He's
Go
saying
for
fuck
it,
you,
man.
Red. He's saying fuck you, Red, and fuck you, Tweaking. I'm playing my game. And he's going to play that guy, that dwarven miner. Let's see what Bolas has to offer here.
If he gets the Dragon's Fire for his troubles, I am going to laugh. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Another one?
Jesus Christ.
Another one? I mean,
Oh my
yes, that
God.
works, but I
Mordock is
mean,
the
was it
MVP of
worth
this
it?
one, bro. Mordock coming in
Yeah,
as the
was it worth
MVP.
it? Now Bolas is probably hitting himself, saying, "Man, why did I waste that harmonic balance? I mean, you were the only thing that was threatening was wait, he's got another
He's
one?
got a Dragon's Fire.
Oh my god, oh my god!" But it's fine. Banana just needs a top deck of Arbiter,
Oh no.
or he just needs to survive. But he just needs to survive here.
Oh
He's
my
got
God.
9 damage. He's got 9 damage. So unless Bolas can sneak out
The Drain Life
two
stall.
drain lives, yeah, 2 drain lives,
Two Drain
we
Lives here
win.
wins him the game. And he's got about a
A
turn.
fear,
He's got a turn to do
yeah.
so.
Grendel's not gonna do it.
Not yet. Grandel's not going to do it yet. Two
2 Grendels will
Grendels.
do it. Oh no, now it won't. Now it won't. He didn't stack them. So now we're gonna see a Dragon's
Dragon's
Fire,
Fire,
Blue
Blue
Fire Bolt.
Fire. Yep. Oh, we're
Yep.
so close. Imagine if we just didn't see the line for it. He didn't see the line! What are you doing?
Why?
You had the game!
Why?
What are you doing?
I really hope Bolas top decks a drain life now.
Oh my god. You had the line. You had the line.
Oh, he's drawing for it. He's drawing for it. He's drawing for it.
My god.
He's
Okay.
drawing for it.
One brings it to a weird tie scenario, which we never have. Oh god.
He doesn't have it.
The
Oh,
stream.
banana.
Oh, by a
What
hair,
a
bro.
what a risky move.
Jesus
What a risky move.
Christ. He had the line and
Oh.
instead threw it to chance.
Oh man. I don't know how Banana is sitting with those ginormous balls of his.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
that is
Absolutely
that's
ridiculous. Well,
I can't even speak right now.
let's go ahead and jump to the post match and take a look at this match again because Jesus Christ, this was a game. Alright, folks, and here we are back after game number 1, and oh my goodness, Banana, you absolutely lucky son of a bitch.
You muppet. You muppet. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, he had lethal, completely missed it, and somehow still snuck away with the victory here. Now, to be fair, I think Bolas did play that pretty well. It was just unfortunate in his sort of ending hand that he couldn't pull out something to punish, like the Drain Life or the Chaotic Storm, to push in that last bit of damage.
Yeah, we saw him drawing for it. We saw him play the Fear, the Shaman. He was really digging for that Drain Life or Flamestorm, just to punish Banana for not taking that lethal and kind of making that huge mistake towards the end.
But that kind of goes to show that whole match, really, that Bolas's deck isn't something to kind of just brush off as a joke for the season. It actually has some great potential and took a Dino deck to its near limits, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
now,
and if
he can repeat that, I'd be impressed, especially with some of the lineup down the line for him. But overall, tweaking it, that's an impressive showing in my books.
Right, and this just goes to show about the level of play in this competition. You cannot afford to, make those small mistakes towards the end when you have the game literally staring you in the face. You need to make sure that you are kind of calculating every move. You are making sure that you are adding up every little beats and pieces for damage to make sure that if you have the game won in your hand, to make sure that you are actually ending the game when you can and not giving your opponent that extra turn. Because if given a chance, and if Bolas would have won, and if he would have found that drain life, that could have easily turned the tide of the game
We could have
in
had our
this
first
matchup.
tie here. Hell, I mean, Banana didn't really draw his heels in that game,
Hmm.
so hell, we could have seen a great tie to start us off, and hell, that would have thrown us into a lot of confusion to start off this episode. But overall, I think both of these guys played well. Excited to see what the counter picks here are. Of course, Bolas has the option to go against Banana's deck, so we'll see if he decides to run it back or switch up the deck, but only one way we can find that out for sure. Let's go ahead and take you guys into match number 2.
Hopefully, he grabbed a calculator.
Hopefully, as we jump right back into game number 2, folks. And it looks like Banana has a pretty much, actually a better start, excuse me, than his first one here. But of course, Bolas, we see something different there. The mirror faction combo.
So Bolas is he had enough of this spell heavy deck, and he's gonna probably do a mirror matchup. We might see last will. Uh, so
Bro, I
know,
would be so amused if Bolas was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just do the mirror matchup, and we're gonna see like a big ass
Dino
dino
first
out
Dino.
of
The prime books. Now we're probably leaning toward. I mean, I guess you can still run books in a Dino deck, but I want to say we're probably leaning towards no interaction or last will.
Oh, yep, everyone's favorite yellow red. Just
And he
let
is
me just
avoiding that Tarius file. I mean,
and I mean
Flame Storm?
that was his better option here. He flame storms. He hopes for something to pick up. T-Rex, blacksmith. That blacksmith will do it. It trades, but you lose a global buff, and
Yeah,
we're gonna set up with a magma instead,
you're
opening the
fine.
door for a big drain life possibly.
You're fine taking the 4 damage with Arbiters in your back pocket. If you didn't have that in your hand, we probably would have seen a Blacksmith. But what are we going to see?
Yep, another books.
Another book's come out.
That's fine.
Uh,
We'll get some more draw, keep the pressure up, keep things good. Fear's going to be good. We're going to push back the books a little bit here. And yep, we're going to go ahead, trade at the top. That seems fine. Fear it back, keep cycling, keep doing your thing, Banana. You do you. Pulls a lumberjack. Also good. More cycle. It's what the deck wants to do. Can't argue against it.
mhm.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Huh.
But what I like about this matchup for Bolas here, he's got a lot more resources to work with than he did in his previous one. I think that was definitely a downside of his last one.
Right. Well, when you play ninjas warlocks, your true only draw is fear, unless you decide to run with shaman,
I mean,
or if you want movement
Lumberjack is
buffs.
also willing to
Yeah,
say something
you got
about
lumberjack.
that.
You got lumberjack there as well. We're seeing a lot of we got 2 armories in the back, which is going to be very good for Bolas. We're gonna go for a Dino Nest here.
Is a Dino Nest really? Is it necessary though right now? It
Potentially,
doesn't. Well,
you
maybe yeah. No, it does.
can.
It does say the T-Rex. I think that's what he's considering here because normally T-Rex would be making a trade here, but if you play the Dino Nest, sure, it's all your gold, but you're going to keep that big body, hell, make it even bigger. So I think Dino Nest potentially is the right play to make here. Yeah, and he goes for it. Yeah, trading a 10-10. And I think you guys get the bottom trade with the Dwarven Miner as well. Yep, there that goes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then you create the big 10-10. Force Bolas to have an answer for it, or else he dies to a big Chomper. That is the play to make.
Right. He was probably deciding whether he wanted to buff up the T-Rex or buff up the Mordock from in 2 turns. Decided to go with a more aggressive approach here and just get the giant T-Rex out of the way now. Not going to attack it.
Running out of time? No, doesn't. Decides to fear it back instead. Interesting choice there. Not willing to take the damage, maybe forcing Bolas to make the connection himself.
Yeah, hopefully
Nice.
that he thinks that he would have to sack the books anyway.
Oh my god. Oh
Oh,
my
looks
god.
like we have our own Dino deck. Oh
Oh
no.
my
Oh no.
God. What
Oh
did I
no.
say, bro? What did I say? The mirror matchup is real.
Uh, Now we got some issues here because I don't know how many. No, no, because Banana switched out, so he does have a little bit more direct damage here that can help. I was gonna say, like, if he didn't put in those flame storms, all he has were Witch Bolt, Blue Fire Bolt, and Dragon's Fire to help him out with these Dino Nests. So, how long until Bolas plays his own Dino Nest?
He needs to play it
That's gonna be a
now.
question.
Witch Bolt. Witch Bolt in the hand is scary, and that's going to come out next turn. Rex's,
Yikes!
I'm not entirely a fan of it, but it is going to be what
Yikes!
comes out. Uh,
You.
I do think Mordock is no longer the play for turn 8. I think Witch Bolt is necessary for that Magmasaur before Dino Nest hits the board and makes that thing a lot stronger. The more immediate threat is T-Rex, so potentially we're going to see a couple of resources go into
Yeah.
that. The question is how much. Obviously, that Dino Rider in the back can't reach the T-Rex. Oh, don't tell me we're going to go with the Mordock. You can't go with the Mordock, bro. You cannot do the Mordock.
Could he do Witch Bolt, Dino Rider, Baby Dino into Blacksmith? Is that enough? 8, 9? I think that's enough, and
He
I
has
think that
9,
can
yeah.
take out. I think that can take out the both of these units.
You go into the
Don't do it on the
Dragon's
armor.
Fire.
Oh, he's gonna do a Dragon's Fire.
And then, what's the line, though?
He
You only have 2 gold. What's the line for
and
the T-Rex?
and oh, Blacksmith. He would have to sack both of them. Play Blacksmith, hit the Dino.
Nope. We're going to ignore the T-Rex. That's a bit risky.
Okay, okay.
This
A
man.
Fear Dino Nest could do wonders right now.
Come on, Bolas.
Could it end the
Bring
game?
this home. Bring this home for what
Not
happened last time.
sure.
There's the nest. There's part 1.
There's the nest.
And
He
there's the
needs a little
fear.
more
Yep.
pluck. Oh, oh God.
Yep, there's
Let's.
11. We have the Arbiter, but that that's not enough for the
Yeah, but
11, 12 T-Rex. That's not enough.
yep. Now we are in trouble.
Yes, sir. And of
We
course,
should
a
have took out
lot
the
more.
T-Rex.
Yeah.
Oh, why doesn't anyone listen to Tweaking?
Because they can't hear you tweaking.
That's a very good explanation. That's actually really good. So we're
Okay.
gonna see a blacksmith. We're just gonna have to sack everything. The T-Rex is good. T-Rex is
No!
good.
What happened to the stream?
The stream is no longer available, but we can only assume that Banana has lost game 2. So GG to Bolas, GG to Banana. But unfortunately, this
Oh
series is
my
going to
God.
game 3.
At least we hope so. Let me just let him know now. Stream died. This was too good of a game. But Bolas, we have to give it to him at this point, bro. We have to. There's no way he's not getting rid of that T-Rex. So, we'll let you know what happened in the post-match. Technical difficulties aside, we've been having these more than once here tonight with these competitors here. Of course, one not in their ideal environment, so probably why it's there. But we assume that he'll lose, so we'll go into game 3. Oh boy. Alright folks, and back after game number 2, and after the technical issues, we were able to confirm that Bolas did take the win after that, apparently sneaking in the Dwarven Miner after some problems on Banana's end trying to remove the T-Rex. I think that he was able to, but he just wasn't able to get enough defense to block out the Dwarven Miner here, and wow, Bolas really just putting the middle finger straight to Banana and running a near replica of his deck, I want to say. Of course, there is some big differences, but I mean, that was a great performance from Bolas.
Right, and I want to take the time to talk about Banana here because this is the second time in this matchup that he made a gamble, and this time it didn't pay off like how it did in the first game. And I wonder if this is going to be a repeated message throughout the series. He had the opportunity to take out that dinosaur. What he needed to do was to play the blacksmith on the top square, sack the dino into the T-Rex, and then also sack the blacksmith. And playing with a dino deck, he should know how easy it is to buff up that dino, even if he only has 1 or 2 health. With the likes of a Mordock, a Dino Rider, or as we saw in this match, a Dino Nest.
And down that's
And,
the worst option that you could have seen, because of course that not only re-heals, but just gives a nasty amount of stats to, levels like we saw in the game, 11, 12. That's hard to remove when it's just sitting on face at that point.
exactly. And now now what you could have easily gotten rid of now is becoming a game ender type card. So Banana really rolled the dice in the first game and in the second game, and unfortunately for the second game it cost them. So we're gonna have to definitely keep an eye out for future matches with Banana and see if he decides to tighten the screws a little bit, or if he's gonna keep on just rolling the dice, because as the season goes on, a lot of players are going to start becoming more cautious. They're going to start dialing it in, and you can't afford to make these costly mistakes.
Yeah, once people
towards the
get
end
more
of the season.
comfortable in the matchup and the environment, that's where you're going to start to see things really just swing in certain players' directions. You'll see the top of the pack form, and then you'll see the bottom of the pack form. So hopefully Banana, right now he's leaning more towards the top, but I don't know if he can keep that. So well, we'll have to see. But there is one more match to be played here today, as we have game number 3. bolas tries to take the win back and take the set, but we'll see if Banana has anything to say about that. So let's go ahead and jump right into game number 3. Alright, folks, on game number 3 in progress, we were able to, of course, confirm that that T-Rex did take the giant bite and force Banana to lose game 2. So here we are, game 3. Banana's got the Salahar Rider. Oh, this is going to be no interaction. Oh, oh no. Okay.
No. We're good. We're good. We Gucci. We Gucci.
What do you mean? Okay, well, who do you think this matchup favors more? The no interaction or the thing that just burns everything?
No interaction. No interaction.
You think so?
Mainly because of the heal.
That is
Mainly
true.
because of
I guess so. You do bring up a point. The Arbiter's return is going to probably play a huge factor in this for Banana, of course, keeping himself up in life. That was how he escaped the last game, or game 1, excuse me. He did kind of sneak away with the Arbiter heal. But we'll see. We'll see if maybe bolas can't be a little bit faster in the castle burn race here as Banana throws out the Horseman. Do we got one to respond with?
Because unfortunately for bolas, each hit on castle is one step closer to victory for Banana. Now, we can say the same for bolas. The question is, can Banana find an Arbiter? If he can't find an Arbiter, I want to say it's probably 70-30 Banana is going to win.
Well, this is one that he just made, keep in mind, before the matchup started.
Right.
So we have no idea if this list is packing 2 or 3 Arbiters.
Yeah, so it's probably a very basic, very cut and dry, no interaction deck. Nothing too fancy, nothing too, out of left field.
Nothing too exciting.
Right, nothing too exciting. Probably no harmonic balance. Now we have a weakened Grendel that could possibly go onto a Dark Bender.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
That's gonna get popped. He's going to run away. Okay, drain life. That's gonna go on the imp.
No, that's not the target we needed, though. We needed to hit the Grendel so we could survive the blue fire, despite having all 3 in hand. Oh, jeez.
Oh, yikes.
Yikes. Now, I don't know about you, but that's kind of dirty if you ask me. Oh, he's going to go for the Headless Rambo. That didn't work out for you.
No, push the Headless in front of the... There you go. Okay. There you go. I mean, if I'm Banana, I'd probably gamble and just hit 6 on castle, depending on what I draw next.
I mean, it's still bolas' turn, let's not forget here.
Yeah.
And there's the fear, so Dark Bender being pushed out of range here. We're going for the Harmonic Flamestorm anyway, aren't we? Oh, no. No Flamestorm. So... Yeah, but that does push Banana off of his own.
Okay, fear the imp. What do we get here? Taria's File and end turn.
I assume so, yep. The blue firebolts don't really need to go on the 5/2 imp. The Flamestorm can be used as a way to pull out more draw here. Oh yeah, more so now that you've lost a Dark Bender. You've bolas threw away the bargaining chip on that one.
Now we probably see a Flamestorm into a Dark Bender.
Into Rider, yep. Just keep pouring down the
Yeah.
aggression. Pour it down the throat. You've got another Flamestorm dealing another 2. You've got 2 Blue Fires dealing with anything else. Fear to push
Yep.
things
You
out
got
of
a
the way.
fear.
This is this
I
is
would
this is pretty
actually,
cut and
yeah.
dry.
Yeah, Bolus is on a he's on a timer right now, so hopefully he can find a way to
Ooh.
deal with that Dark Bender. That's good. That's nice.
The position kind of hurts because
Now how?
that's
Yeah.
that's enough for
You can kill this thing. You can kill this thing.
he can. Does he go for the fear anyway, or does he actually try to kill it first? Because theoretically, you could just, do a Dark Bender, walk in. Yep, 2 goes there. 4. He's off by 2 if he if he commits to the Dark Bender attack. And neither of those 2 Oh, okay,
Well, then
well,
you can Flamestorm.
he can Flamestorm,
Flamestorm.
which is the idea, but there's no way to get the
Or
remaining
be a
damage.
or be a just a dirty dog and Blue Firebolt, Witch Bolt, and all hit on Bolas's castle for a beautiful victory. That I would have clapped my hands if that would have happened. But we're gonna see a Dragon's Fire. Probably see a Craxus next turn into a Fear into game over, most likely.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't like how he just keeps
yeah.
pushing up these units so aggressively here. He opens up so many possibilities for things like Caraxus and other sort of interaction that normally.
Oh,
Oh, you.
oh, please, please. Let's see. Let's make this match go a little bit. Yeah,
Hey,
Banana really stacked his deck with heals, unless those are his only 2 sources of heals. Oh, we're gonna see a Vanishing Strike on a Mordock. That's good. They'll be able to take out the Craxus, negating the draw, even though Banana doesn't really need any draws.
nope, and we're getting
Uh,
ourselves a little bit closer here. Chaotic Storm. Yep, sure. Lay on the damage. And
ooh,
that
okay,
evens it up a
okay.
bit here. I mean, we're probably
Um,
realistically we're gonna probably see like Arbiter smack pass, right? No, oh no, okay, and then the Andrew.
Now he's gonna wait to see if he can't draw one more burn and just end it with Arbiter,
You think that's the
or
idea?
just get it close to sudden death. I mean, okay, now it's time to play Arbiters and just defend
I mean,
with
this opens up
Andrew.
the blue fire strategy that you were talking about here. He's got so many in hand. Does he gamble and just go, hey, blue fire, blue fire, blue fire?
No, I mean that's a more fun and meme way of winning. Arbiter is a guaranteed win right here.
Right, right.
Uh,
He's throwing down the
yeah.
respect there, tosses down the Arbiter, smacks face. Probably nothing gonna
Now
do.
fear, and see if you can't hit something.
Hits the
Okay,
lumberjack, which
that's
is
fine.
fine. Witch bolts his own Arbiter. That's no good, but
Ooh,
not like that matters.
ooh,
I don't think I don't really
Witch Bolt
agree with
again.
that. I don't really agree with that going through because of
Do
course
it
with
again.
Witch Bolt you give him more draw. Eh. Because then yeah, okay, Dragon's Fire and then Arcanon runs in, but it's all too late. Horseman for some extra damage. That's all well and good, but yeah, there's the game right there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. A pretty standard last will action here going on from Banana, just demonstrating how if he can pull all of his burns, he can make some funny things happen. So, unfortunate for Bolas here. There will have to be some deliberation behind the scenes, but we won't get into that now. For now, let's go ahead and get back to our post match and see how this one ended off. Alright folks, and welcome back. Of course, game number 3 wrapping it up, and Banana, of course, taking the set win off the back of a pretty standard looking last will deck up against Bolas's Harmonic Flame action here. And overall, I think Banana just had a lot of advantage throughout the entirety of that matchup. You know, the multiple heal he's packing here, double Arbiter, double hands, not to mention a lot of blue fire that we saw in the match, the Witch Bolt, just I think all things that
Hmm.
Bolas really struggled against in the matchup.
Right. I think the message here in this matchup is just shows how important heals are in games.
Especially
Uh,
against warlocks.
right. Having that ability to heal up your castle not only allows you to play more passively, and but it allows you not to freak out as much. You are able to take a lot of damage early game and still have a very good chance of coming back and winning the game. So you can kind of, waste, not, what am I trying to say here is you can waste
You
not
waste a few
defending your
points. And
castle for a
you
couple
can
of
take a few
turns.
hits, is what you're trying to say. Take a few hits.
Right,
To
right.
get to the
You
big
don't have to
prize.
constantly protect your castle and constantly sacrifice your units to protect your castle. You can afford taking those hits and kind of building up your units in the back. You can afford, wasting a turn to play a ranged unit rather than, stacking a blacksmith into a unit just to avoid a castle hit. And so having that ability to heal up your castle is pretty huge, and I think that's going to be a big boost to Banana's deck coming throughout the rest of the season.
Right, right. So, I mean, overall, congrats to Banana for taking this series. How about we go ahead and get to the players and see how they're feeling after a grueling match?
Sounds good.
All right, folks, and we're back after a solid 2-1 series, one that was littered with, well, actually, no. We'll stay with a fat asterisk. But, Banana, how do you feel after that? You walk away with the 2-1.
No, I feel pretty good, pretty good. I don't think I deserved the win, but, I got it.
Yeah, that in more ways than one. Talk to us about the Dino deck, though. Bring that into the season here. You're confident that's going to take you through the season?
Of
Take
course,
you well?
dinos are overpowered, Rick. Don't underestimate the dinos, please.
Well, we're not.
Game.
We're not. I mean, you got
Of
eaten by one
course,
yourself.
no one would.
That's why you lost game 2. Big 11-12
Yeah,
void.
in game 2, dinos were guaranteed to win.
Right, right. So, yeah, just proving their dominance, I guess, is a great way to put it. But I mean, how did you feel going up against all of that burn? I mean, what was it? I think game 2 we saw like
run
what?
Arbiters,
3 harmonics.
there's no way I can lose.
Okay, okay.
You literally cannot lose if you're in Arbiters against that deck. Because it just needs to burn you out. And if you have Arbiters, they can't burn you out.
Right, right. Interesting, though. Interesting to play, to say, for sure. But, over on the other side of things, Bolas, unfortunately not your night tonight, going up against the Dinos. But with an interesting choice for deck, the Ninja Warlock, I don't know if you named it. You named it yet?
I think I called it a Harmonic Flame.
Ah. So, I mean, you must be confident, though, to choose that for your season deck. I mean, talk to us about the choice.
Yeah, I just saw that none of the decks had ninjas in their factions, so I decided to make a ninjas deck, and then I remembered I had no good ninja cards, so I went with my really janky deck from the Santa King of the Hill, which I made some improvements to, and it works pretty well, like 50% of the time.
I mean,
it's cool. You just wanna.
I think it was pretty fun
really
to show the
bad
harmonic
against heal.
flamestorm.
Yeah, it's just too long to type in the box, but yeah, but yeah. So it just works off that combo, and it's like having a board wipe in the game, and it's pretty fun. But it definitely does not do well against decks that running Arbiters or Hands of Fate, because if they're able to heal up, then you're kind of done.
Right, right. But I mean, how do you feel up against going something like Rats? Because we're going to see a couple of those this season. I mean, how do you feel about doing matchups like that?
I mean, there's plenty of board wipes, so I guess the Rats isn't really a problem, usually. But, it's like, it's all in the cards. Like, the last game there, I had a really terrible starting hand. It didn't go very well throughout the game. But, I still feel pretty good walking away 2-2 from this game.
Yes, yes. That there is a little asterisk that we are gonna throw
everybody
in there.
In the comments, type justice for Bolas, and then I'll get like a half point.
Yeah, we'll improve the game record. Yeah, you know what? We'll take a look into that. We'll decide the official rulings, but yeah, I think overall you played very well for the deck that you bought, and I'm excited to see the rest of your progress going forward here. But that's gonna be it for me. Tweaking, you got anything for these guys?
No, I do not. My Wi-Fi is slowly dying on me, so I can't say. It was a good matchup overall. We saw a lot of good plays. Some hiccups along the way. But overall, it was a great matchup between the two. And Good luck with Bananas for the rest of the season.
Yeah, the Discord just cut out. It didn't want him to actually say good luck to Banana, so that's why it just died there for a second.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to say that either.
Alright, folks, with that being said, let's go ahead and close this video, take you guys to the closing recap.